We have Katie Wolf and Hank Curtis, 2 scholarship winners. So why don't we start with those 2? Any questions? Hank's not happy.
I don't know. Usually I listen to him talk, so he talks a lot. No, it was just kind of a funny story.
I'm taking his scholarship away.
No, I wasn't even supposed to come here. I actually quit baseball to come here. And the way this all worked out was pretty cool. So I just want to thank Coach Cal and for the opportunity. It's pretty cool.
Actually, I wasn't even a basketball fan before I got to UK, which seems weird. But then once I got here, I realized that basketball was a little bit of a big deal. Didn't really realize it until I started looking it up on Wikipedia, and then I started going to games, watching on TV. Actually, the first UK game, I watched Anthony Davis throw it down pretty hard and immediately fell in love. And then once I started getting to meet the people and read up on the history about it, then the more games I go to, the deeper I fall in love with it. It's just such an awesome sport. The best tradition, obviously, in college basketball, and really the tradition, the people are what made me fall in love with it.
Any other questions for these 2? Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you go that way and go eat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Food in there for you. Thanks, guys. Yes. I'm going to have to watch the tape. A lot of one-handed catches, which drove me nuts, which means they were playing sloppy. We've got a lot of things we've got to get done, but turned it over too many times, which is typical of trying to make hard plays. The one team had 9 turnovers and 4 or 5 of them unforced. But I think we'll be fine. We needed some guys to play with a little more confidence, and as the thing got going, they did, but that's going to be important. No, they're just sloppy. They're just not, they're not into that mode yet. I mean, we fumbled balls to start the game, and, I thought Dakari played great. He just didn't make any free throws. I mean, you can't play, get in there, and we're throwing you the ball and you miss free throws. But I thought he played great. He played hard.
The other side, Carl offensively, like probably everything you want.
And he's just not coming up with balls. He's not, he'll try to make some heroes plays offensively, but he's learning. I thought Devin, Tyler, and Trey, for freshmen, all did pretty well. I thought the vets did well. I mean, Alex started poorly and then started playing better, and, he has been making shots. He just got to create his own swagger. It can't come from me. I'm begging him to shoot those balls. And so, again, we got some stuff out of it, but we got a long way to go.
Is there at any point the groups of platoons that we see tonight at any point that guys split up the way you might do it?
You know what? We'll go watch tape. I'll probably try some different combos just to see. I kind of like 2 freshmen on a team, 2 vets on or 3 vets on a team. It gives it some balance, and we're just going to see what happens. I mean, I'm committed to it. It's the best thing for these players, and now we got to make it the best thing for our team.
John, what did you think?
With the twins, was Alex more comfortable with the twins?
Maybe that was it. I mean, I thought he missed 3 1-footers. I don't think that had to do with the twins or anything else. And then he missed a couple jumpers, and then he didn't want to make plays. So, first half.
Even when you change teams, it seemed like things ran a little better with him. Is that the case?
What was that?
Teams seemed to look a little better when he was running it, whichever team.
Who? No, he had too many turnovers in the first half. The pressure came, he put his head down and just went. You can't do that. But again, you got to understand that there's 2 things that are happening. In a normal situation, I can get by a man and I can get one to the basket. The problem is, in this gym, there's 2 7-footers. There are 2. Well, there's not. There's like 3, and there's another 6'10" guy that's jumping out of the building. So all those plays end up being turnovers. The same I was saying with Trey and Alex rebounding. Well, get in there and rebound. Yeah, it's them and 2 7-footers. And everybody's battling. It's just unusually big and long, and affected Tyler a little bit in the second half. I mean, what happened early is we didn't pressure him, and he had his way, and then Andrew went up and played him and made it a little different. Well, why? Well, he can go by you, but eventually he's running into big people, like 7 foot.
Cal, when you're making these platoons, are you primarily concerned with evening out the scoring between the two groups, or are there other things you're looking at first when you set?
Well, you want to have a point guard on each group. You want to have some size on each group, and you want to have, all right, how do they fit together? What I don't want to have is 4 freshmen on one team. It's just not fair to those kids. Would I ever go with 3 on one team? Well, the other 2 would have to be really veterans that are playing well for me to do that.
John, what did you like best about Dakari tonight?
He's playing with great energy. I mean, he's going after every ball. He has a fight and a fire in him. Got a little tired tonight. But again, you see he hasn't totally cracked it. Like, he'd been shooting in practice great. He'd been shooting free throws. He's been shooting 15-footers. But now he went in front of all these people and the popcorn's cracking and it's on TV. And the dregs of last year came back a little bit. Well, that's the same with Alex. You got to work through that. And it can't come from me. I mean, it's got to be you working your way through, knowing you worked hard, you deserve to play well. I deserve to play well. I've worked hard. I missed a play, so what? That inner voice has got to start changing on those guys as we go forward. Yeah, he missed every free throw, though. He's another one. He shot 4 for 8 from the free throw line. So he and Dakari together shot a whopping 12% from the line. I mean, they were down at halftime for one reason. They missed every free throw, 2 for 12, and Alex missed 3 1-footers. Or it's a close 1-bucket game. But again, I like the competitiveness. I wanted Aaron to do more competitive-wise. I wanted him to get up and do some things. But, like I said, we got a lot of work to do. We pressed a little bit. And again, they played a whole game running up and down pressing, and that's not easy.
With Derek and Dominique coming off the bench, how are they progressing right now at this time? And
I think they both played well. I mean, Derek is still trying to make hard plays instead of just make an easy pass or an easy play. But he shoots the ball. He's long. He can go get balls. And Dominic is just way better than he was a year ago. A year ago, they did not guard him. Literally just said, let him shoot. Now, if you leave him open, he's making those shots. Well, the good news is that other guy we start playing against is going to have to figure out what these 10 guys or 12 are and how one unit plays versus how another unit plays. What are they doing in pick and rolls? What are they doing on post-ups? Well, this group plays one way. This group plays another way. So the issues I'm going to have, the other coach is going to have too.
Do you expect it to restart 0-0 going in?
If we were going to go to the young team against the veterans, I was going to do that, yes. I wanted, in practice, when I went vets against the rookies, it's been competitive. So that's why I wiped the score out. I didn't want one team to think, we're down 15, 18, or whatever it was. I just said, wipe it out at 0-0. Let's see them compete.
What's been the hardest thing with these players and trying to get them into that platoon mindset versus the usual substitution?
I don't know. We're going to find out. We haven't done it yet. Today we just played a bunch of guys.
I mean, like from the summer on, there's
I don't know yet. I got to get in games and do it. There are going to be issues that we'll have that I'm going to have to deal with, and there are going to be issues that other coach is going to have, he's going to have to deal with. How we finish games, we haven't gone over that yet. We're just now getting to where we're going to how we're going to grind it out, how we're going to play. We just started that yesterday. So Yeah, I'm pleased with him, but like I said, it is so early. We're ahead based on the fact that we did go to the Bahamas. We're ahead by the simple fact I've got guys coming back for the first time. So now all of a sudden there's a little less anxiety, and that bleeds down to the freshmen and makes me less anxious because I see that these guys are comfortable. Then it becomes just, okay, you got to compete at a higher level.
John, you said last week you wanted to see Carl fight more.
Yeah.
Have you seen that in the last week?
Still has a ways to go. He really does. But he is so skilled. He fumbled balls today. There were some one-handed catches. There's some rebounds he didn't bring in. Plays like that, those are plays that are easily made. Go make those. I thought Willie did some good things today. Willie just is a different soul now. He's out there and you saw we were switching pick and rolls with him. I may even switch pick and rolls with Carl, make him guard, and make him move his feet.
Last question. Cal, what can you just talk about that kind of spirit both teams had out there?
Say again?
Competitive spirit that both teams throughout the whole game.
Well, I don't know if you remember some of our Blue-White games. Like Terrence Jones had 50. You remember some of the Blue-White games? Like this is one where we tried to guard each other. Got a few breakouts. Reality of it is, in the half court, we're hard to score against. You know why? You're not getting anything near the basket. So now you got to take jumpers. You got to figure out where you can get drives and try to get fouled. Like I told Tony, I don't know if we're just that bad offensively or if we're hard to score against. I think early on in this season, we're going to have to rely on our defense, that we can really make it hard on the other guy to score, and let's get some breakouts. But
Cal, if you're getting to the point where you're playing 10, 11 guys, would you ever consider redshirting a kid that maybe wasn't going to get in?
that's a player's decision. I would never. If a young man wanted to do that, they'd have to explain why, and if that were what they wanted to do. But you know what's great about playing here? You only have to have one good year. You only have to have one good year. You don't have to have 5 good years. No one playing under me has 4 good years. You only have to have one. Some guys are ahead mentally and physically. It doesn't matter if you didn't play for a year or 2. How about this? Or 3. That 1 year you have your breakout. See ya. Kids are on different timetables. It's just, the normal thing. Everywhere else, freshmen and sophomores don't play much. If something happens, there's an injury, somebody has to step back, I have all the confidence putting them in. Do you understand that without Dominic, we probably don't beat Michigan? He took Skauskas out of the game. So, much better player, and so is Derek. Thanks, folks.